We'll see if we get any. We haven't advertised this clearly, but we're definitely on here. Let me get my mug full screen. Hello there. So we've got what are we doing for viewers? So we've got a few viewers starting to appear already. We've got an interesting little chit chat tonight. I don't believe we've got any performers lined up. We had a great night last night with Nikki Gordon, who has been doing a lot of translations and helping a lot of what's going on in the lockdown. That noise you can probably hear him behind is almost certainly Leo Barradine, who's joined us from somewhere in Puerto Rico, I'm assuming, because he's the only one who makes noise when we're in the live cast. There's Robbie McMillan, and we've got the Africat. Oh, no one hotter than Potter. Potter, the captain of the Africat 69. How are you guys all doing?
Really good. I do like very well. No one hotter than Potter.
No one hotter than Potter.
That's quality.
Very well. Who's going to talk?
This has got the formation of a really bad boy band.
Yeah.
So, hi, my name's Robbie. I'll be the chubby one of the group, and I will be doing mostly the dancing. Leo, what are you bringing to the group?
I'll be the lead singer, the good-looking one.
All right, that was Leo. He's the best one.
Robbie. What was that?
I can't believe you're going to be the dancer, Robbie. I thought you'd be the lead singer and I'd be the dancer in the back.
Yeah, well, I suppose you are the dancer.
Potter's on lead guitar and Eduardo on drums.
Hello.
Yeah.
I started on drums, actually. That was my first instrument. After I decided the trombone wasn't for me.
Like this, you can't beat a bit of banging, can you?
A triangle person, like bing.
Yeah,
I'm just glad I spent all them years in school learning the recorder, because wow, it's done me so good in my older years.
So
is that the flute?
Obviously, we've had Robbie and Leo on before, so let me just have a little chat with Potter. If you guys are willing to wait for a couple of minutes, bring you back in.
Take away.
See where you are. Hi Potter, how you doing?
Yeah, good. Yourself?
You and me now. and a few other people tuning in. It's an ever-growing audience. Hello to everyone out there. Potter, you're running a very successful excursion business. You're on the one of the most famous holiday islands in the world, and we have reached tourism zero. How's it going?
Yeah, very quiet, I can say. I'm very positive for the future. You know, I mean, we're all in the same ship. You know how I like to say it. Just wish that everybody would stay home safe and get this lockdown finished and get back to work. And I really hope, well, my plan anyway is after this lockdown and we go out again, I will go to the local bars, have a couple of drinks, spend some money over there. And I really hope that the locals do the same with the excursions, and not just for the Africa, also for all the other businesses who are suffering, which is very, 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 very difficult for everybody. It's going to be a difficult time coming ahead. So yeah, I'm all right. I'm just sitting it out, mate. I can't do nothing about it. So
something that's pretty important, and that is local businesses. Obviously, you know, all of us here on a small island in the Atlantic Ocean off the coast of Africa. It seems quite crowded here. We got some people coming in from Germany. Marcus Breckham there. Often it seems quite crowded, but actually we've got a floating population of 350,000 tourists every month. You take those out, then suddenly we drop by a quarter of our population, and this place can seem pretty empty, can't it? How are the people you're talking to coping with the sudden change to business? I mean, are they all getting on with it? Is anyone in real trouble?
Yeah, well, everybody's in real trouble, I think. I mean, we have to be honest to ourselves. I mean, it's not the perfect situation to be in, is it? What I do think is if you worked in the past and you saved a little bit up, you do have a safety net. I'm talking a lot with the accountant and all that, and there's so many help from the government, which are actually not really help as far as I understand it. Yeah, it's just getting one debt, putting it a little bit forward, and getting more in problems in the future. And I just want to say to the people, just look at before you decide to do anything, be careful with that, because maybe you can survive it on the money what you saved up, and we've got 3 weeks left, maybe a little bit more, I don't know. The tourism is not going to come back for at least 2-3 months. We know that all. Let's hope it's coming back for July, August, September. If not August, September, October. Yeah, and let's be a bit positive. But yeah, just be careful what you do. You know, I mean, We all have little savings.
More than anything right now, I mean, basically no one planned for this, right? There isn't a plan for how anyone deals with this. So the simple fact that any member of government is trying to supply us with any help at all is actually a bit of a miracle. It's pretty tough to be self-employed in Spain.
Yeah, no, it's really tough. Yeah. It's really tough. And it doesn't matter if you're in Spain.
It's pretty magical, but it shows you how big this is, right?
It is massive. I mean, it doesn't really matter where you are in the world, because even the politicians, they're human and they're not immune to this, you know? I mean, they
rumors, human politicians.
You know, normally hey?
When are you going to run for mayor of Magan?
What? So, no. I just want that. Really, I wish. I mean, I've seen some things happening in my area, the boating world and the boat excursion, and something happened really nice yesterday. I'm not really allowed to talk about yet, but I've never seen that in all the years I've been over here. What happened here, and I really this really gave me a bit of really nice hope, you know. So all right. Let's when all this stuff is over, don't go to the big supermarket chains, don't go go to the little bars, go to the little restaurants, go and visit your friends, go and visit people who have bars, restaurants, nightclubs, spend a couple of euros over there. Don't expect that discount. Go for it.
Yeah,
go for it, because money needs to start rolling again. And you might think, oh yeah, it's easy to talk, you know. No, trust me. It's not easy for us neither.
Although I don't know what instance you witnessed yesterday, something that stories have been coming out again and again that this situation has brought out the best in a lot of people. Right? There's there's a lot of people sort of suddenly wising up to the fact that we're all doing this together. It's no one's fault specifically, and we've all got to try and look out for each other. So yeah, I think pretty amazing stuff. As far as tourism goes, I mean, you're hoping obviously to try and save the summer. I think you'll be lucky. I hope you do. But isn't this a great opportunity for you guys to think about what your messaging is, what your relationship with Gran Canaria as a concept is? I know you're doing some work tomorrow. You've got a show on at 10 a.m. Is that right?
Yeah, 10:30. We're hopefully to go live. Yeah, together with you, of course, and with Ricky, and doing a quiz with the people from whoever wants to tune in. We've been doing every day 1, Africa News, day 2, day 3, and tomorrow I have a little quiz, just stupid, silly questions everybody will know, just to see how much people actually pay attention. We have a lot of beautiful people following us on Facebook. I mean, thousands. They come on the live chats, and when I did the trip from Valencia down to Gran Canaria with the new boat, or when we go to Lanzarote, they always follow us. And what we're trying to create is just that little atmosphere, not just here in Gran Canaria, but just all over the world, because we've got people from all around the world following us, and this way they can actually win a ticket to go on the Africa without a date on it. So there ain't no date on it. You can just decide a date. If the boat goes out, you are very welcome to come on if you win the quiz, of course. And then a little bit of music from Ricky, our sax player, because it is Friday.
Ricky tomorrow. So that's 10:30 tomorrow morning. I see here we've got a message here from Denise Cody Wilkie. She'll be back as soon as it's over. I thought she meant our conversation, but I realised now she means she's going to come back to the island.
That's good to hear.
So let's bring back the other guys, Robbie and Leo, of course, two faces from Puerto Rico. How you doing there, faces? You all right?
We're just doing the Potter chat.
Yeah, we're mesmerised by Potter's eyes.
Now hotter than hot.
Stop looking at my eyes. Especially you, Leo.
That's my saying. Okay.
You can do that anyway, Robbie.
To be joined tonight by Jenny Heimoff, who runs the food project in Guinea. Just as we were about to go on air, she had to take an urgent phone call, as she so often does. It's very hard to pin this lady down, especially in a time like this. I'm sure you guys recognise me. You've been around here for years. I know certainly Robbie and Leo, you've rolled your sleeves up and helped them in the past as well. I'm sure Potter has been involved in one way or another too with the food project. Basically, they're the people who stop the most needy families in our local area from falling through the gaps, right? And we think that with the current situation, this is going to continue until 12th of April, probably, we think, until the end of April. We don't know, but certainly until Easter Sunday. And there's going to be a lot more people than usual falling through the gaps. So the food bank's going to need a little bit of extra help, a little bit of extra push. So try to wise people up to that, because we're going to sooner or later we're going to start asking for money, because we don't want you to give us your contagion infected cans of food just now. So instead we're going to be asking at some point for a little bit of extra help there. So get people thinking about that. But the other thing is, I don't know about you, Potter. I think you're fairly competent in more than 2 or 3 languages, aren't you? You speak. How many languages do you speak, Potter?
Oh,
So many you can't remember.
5. 4 or 5.
4 or 5.
How are you guys?
Sorry.
Barely one.
Believe this or believe it or not, yesterday I actually downloaded Duolingo and I started my first Spanish lessons.
Get in there.
Thank you very much. It's only took me nearly 9 years.
9 years.
There's only so much you can say. Donde está albóndigas? Until everybody goes. We've heard it. Hey, by the way, the albóndigas on the Africa.
The best.
Little plug.
Little plug.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely true what Par was saying about when everything does go back to normality, is to get yourself out and support the local businesses. We just received a lovely little meal from the guys down at the Beer Harbour tonight, and yeah, like everybody's plugging away, and all the bars are going to be opening back up, and everybody's in the same situation where they've lost out on all of their money, and possibly one of the busiest couple of months of the summertime. So we will urge you to get your holidays when everything's back over, get it booked and support the local community.
Yeah, no, most certainly. I mean, one of the reasons I mentioned languages, of course, one of the things we found out, anyone who was watching last night will know, the direct emergency number 112, the authorities are asking people not to call that unless they are literally in the most urgent of emergencies. Anyone else who thinks they might have symptoms, or they want to ask questions, or they need information, are being asked to call this other number, this free phone number. I think it's 900 062 112 or something like that. We'll put it up at the end. And what we've discovered is there aren't so many English speakers on there, and so we see a potential issue if we have English speakers who don't speak Spanish trying to get information from that line. What we don't want them to do is to have to turn to the 112 number, which we know is 8 languages, but is only for direct response. There's going to be a lot more people infected. I think there's 303 people this week, so we've almost doubled in a week the number of infections that have been confirmed. There's many more out there because they haven't got enough testing kits. So we know there's going to be a lot more people who get this, and there's going to be a few more deaths as well. And there's going to be that 15% of people who end up in hospital or need really serious care. And so we have to try and help the authorities to get that right. So what we're asking anyone who's watching to do is to think about, if I speak Spanish, are there people I know who I might be able to help, and can I reach out to them? And if I don't speak Spanish, who do I know who I can reach out to? Can I call you guys? Can I call you, Potter, if I need to call the information line?
Yeah, mate, you got my number.
Yeah. Wicked. And I'm not going to call Leo.
No point calling me. I've only got English and American nailed. That's it.
So yeah. I'm wondering, Leo, are you going to actually do a hypnosis show over the video at some point?
No. I'm going.
Yeah. You're okay, Potter. Yeah, what I said was, obviously a lot of people like, yeah, I did remember doing the gig in the pub, and your boys walked in. They thought I was witchcraft. They couldn't believe what was going on. Yeah, Potter's. You know your 2 lads. They come in to watch a bit of my show. I was doing a show a few months ago in the pub, and they come in and they couldn't believe it. And he goes, "Do it on me, do it on me." But I said, it really works best when English is your first language. So.
When English is
but yeah, on here, just do a bit of like a relaxation. Really, obviously, people getting the anxiety is increasing now. The longer they're on the lockdown, the longer they're stuck in their apartments. The anxiety, of course, everybody spends all day watching the news and watching media, and I know it's factual, but it's just doom and gloom, and it just brings you down. So for the people who are watching this, turn off, watch something a bit more fun related. You can't just spend all day watching about the coronavirus.
Why not learn some Spanish like Robbie's doing, making great use of his lockdown time there?
Sí, señor.
What stage you on? Duolingo.
Yeah, very, very, very basic. Yeah, so much so that if you asked me anything, I probably wouldn't be able to say.
Well,
but yeah, it's something
at the end of this lockdown for you to be fully fluent in Spanish, Robbie.
Yes, I would.
Perhaps maybe we have like the 5-minute Spanish lesson off you every day. You do every day. You give us a new phrase.
Hey, you know what? I know some great Spanish speakers, Spanish teachers. Hey, we've got Jasmine Alice there saying hello. How are you, Jazz? How you doing?
Hi, Jazz.
Good. Oh, and we've got Chloe Lee tuning in from far afield. Everyone remembers Chloe Lee. She was here for a while and she left.
Tenerife or Lanzarote? Where is she?
Last I heard, in the south of Spain. Not sure. Where are you, Chloe Lee, these days? Send us a message. And look at this. We've got the inimitable Bob Gorman has even popped on to say hello. So there we go. So this is just a little bit of chat and banter from some of the people in lockdown here on Gran Canaria. We've got Potter from the Africat 69, one of the most famous catamaran excursions in the world. We've got Leo Baradine, the hypnotic exotic performer from various venues around Puerto Rico, and of course the wonderful and incomparable Robbie McMillan. And
Spanish teacher and karaoke extraordinary.
Right? So we've got a few people tuning in. We've even got, there we go. There's where Chloe Lee is, Costa Blanca near Torrevieja. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do something a bit strange here. We're going to try a little experiment. You ready, guys? I'm going to see if anyone wants to join us in the studio. I'm just going to put a little comment up now. And the first person who manages to work this out can join us. All they've got to do is log into this space. So Chloe Lee tells me she's about half an hour south of Benidorm. So there you go, flashing up on the screen now, tv.thecanarynews.com. Just get yourself on there in your web browser. This is it. Look, careful of Leo. Don't look at that corner of the screen, Potter.
After looking into my eyes.
First person who comes through there, we'll see if we can do a little something. We might even do a little giveaway. What are you drinking there, Leo?
I just got a cup of tea. I'm on my hangover day. Yeah, as I said earlier to you guys, I've not drank in 3 weeks, and then yesterday I got a little bit tipsy, and I'm paying the price today for it. I want to do a big shout out to my daughter. She's just logged in as well. Chantal back in Gloucester. Hiya, girl.
You had one of those virtual parties, did you? Are you using Zoom, or did you
He did.
We did it on Messenger. Yeah, did it live over Messenger. Yeah. So
Potter's
on the boat. Potter's on the boat. You can see it is shaking.
Whoa.
Whoa. If you get it in time, people are being sick in their front rooms right now. Seasick.
I'm on the boat. Yay.
So, what kind of boat is it? For the people that don't know anything about the Africat Super Cruiser, what about it? What size is it? Oh, I moved. It's like playing Celebrity Squares.
I feel like I'm on the Brady Bunch. So, Part, tell us about the boat. Tell everybody who hasn't seen the boat or hasn't had the privilege to be on the boat. Tell us all about it.
It's a big boat.
How big?
It's 69 foot. My favorite number. So that's about 21 meters. I can see you. It's a nice little day out. It's a nice little day out, you know. I mean, you have to come and experience it. I can tell you whatever I want, but the experience is like that's what you have to do. Come and experience it, because you will know how good it is.
And how
been on there many times.
How's your beautiful wife?
Yes, she's good. She's good. I really, honestly, my dog is having sex with a polar bear on this moment. Don't know if I can.
Brilliant.
You want to see it?
No, probably not.
You got a polar bear. You got it.
Well, he just
really
quit.
is.
There we go. He is shy. He's shy. He just quit.
So many innuendos in one link.
You know what I mean? I thought I'd mention it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so when are you hoping to be back open? When are you going to say 4 weeks?
You know what? I'll be open the moment that state of alarm is going away. I'll be open again. The most important now is that my crew is being looked after as much as I can, and the moment I can get them back to work, that's the moment we're going for. There's not much else to do. We've got all the paperwork done now, so we're definitely ready for the summer. If there's ever go.
Keep your sanity. I mean, obviously, we've seen Robbie. He's a bit of product placement there. Obviously, the bar people are serving Potter. He's still got a full team of bar people at his place. What are you guys doing to keep yourselves sane? Obviously, Robbie's learning Spanish at last.
I took the weed. I took the weed from under the.
I built
chair.
a boat in the garage.
You're building a boat. How big? Is it a catamaran?
About this big.
About that big?
No, like a proper size boat.
No way.
I had a boat in the garage, but I just redone the whole thing, put new flooring in, new seats in it, new electricity, new radio, new everything. You need to do
how about
something.
you,
A man
Leo?
of many talents.
Hey?
Any exercises or anything, Leo?
What's up, Eduardo?
Have you been doing any exercise or anything to help keep yourself safe?
I downloaded last year the Body Coach, Joe Wicks's thing. So I did a 90-day diet last year and I lost like 10 kilos. Obviously, during the year, I put 10 kilos on and a little bit extra. And now sitting here, last week I did no exercise at all. Just sat here eating food, chilling, relaxing.
Here, Leo.
This week, can you not hear me? And then I've been doing the Joe Wicks diet. So been trying to get myself back on the fitness. But fell off the wagon yesterday. I got very drunk. That's what everybody seems to be doing in Puerto Rico at the moment. Getting drunk and eating.
Yeah, booze sales are through the roof. We're in the wrong game, guys.
Wow.
Well, we're in the game, me and Robbie, but we just haven't opened yet.
Yeah, you've basically just opened a bar that you've had to close before you've opened it. That's awesome.
Yeah, we signed the contract.
You still get stock?
No,
we
no stock. It's all gone. We've got a bar, but there's nothing else. That's it at the moment. Yeah, we signed contracts, and then 2 days later, the world shut down. But yeah, we're happy. We're okay about it. Like, life's still good. We're still here, still dreaming.
So I mean, there's not a lot to say really. Have you seen the news recently, or have you been avoiding the news? I mean, obviously, Leo, you've been saying turn off the news. Give yourself an allowance. How about you guys, Potter, Robbie? You've been watching the news?
We've been watching a lot of daytime TV. To tell you the truth, I got up really early this morning. I watched Good Morning Britain, followed by a little bit of Lorraine, and then I took myself into a nice bit of This Morning and an afternoon of Loose Women.
Really?
So if you no, I didn't. Daytime TV at its best. We've been watching it, but I don't want to be getting too anxious about stuff like this because I've got to be careful myself. You know what I mean? Some days I'm like really good, and then I've got this mixed personality that I think everybody knows about. That my emotions go a little bit all over the gaff. So I do watch it, but I'm trying to stay away from the whole social media. As in, I'll limit myself. There has to be a limit, or else otherwise, it's just. And there's a lot of fake news going on as well. So, like, I turned it on. And it's like, oh my god, the world's ending, and there's no flights for the next 5 years. I read this morning. I'm like, oh my god, my life is over. And then I had a Kit Kat. It was all right.
It was a Kit Kat made it all right.
You had a break.
So yeah, I'm limiting myself pretty much. What about you, Leo?
Well, as I said earlier,
why can I not hear Leo?
Sorry, Potter, you're not missing much. I wake up normally about 7:30. Listen to Piers in the morning, and then same as you, Good Morning TV into This Morning, Lorraine, and then a little bit of Loose Women. But Loose Women at the moment a bit gutted this week because it's repeats. Because they're not in the studio, it is repeats. But
it's an advantage because not only do I not watch a lot of television, but I never watched a lot of television. So I'm guessing you're mentioning a whole bunch of English television programs. Is that right?
Yeah, But the problem is, it's all doom and gloom on there. It's all about the virus for like 7 hours.
Everyone needs to cheer the fuck up, stay the fuck home, and cheer the fuck up.
Wow, I never knew we were allowed to swear in this fucking thing.
Yeah, that's
my breath. Wow, everybody at home on the count of three, give me a big fuck. 1, 2, 3, fuck.
This show's going bad. We had sex with the dog earlier.
Hey, Eddie.
Got swearing now.
Quick question for you. Why can I not hear Leo? I don't have a clue what he's saying.
Can anyone else not hear Leo? Can you hear Leo, Robbie?
I can hear Leo, yeah.
I'm talking now. Can you hear me? Sorry,
I can hear you. I can hear Robbie, but Leo, I cannot
hear. You know what
hear.
it is? He could have very, very quickly hypnotized you there just to filter his voice out of everything.
I wonder if
please, come here.
Yeah, you can definitely hear Leo on the live. It's okay, partner. You're not missing much. He's a little bit.
Not
we're going to put the live on here then.
Yeah,
so I can actually hear what he says.
He's basically just babbling, so don't worry. I mean, we only get him on here to try and help him out, really.
I will be back tomorrow at 7. Just a little plug with the live Carlos Sachs. So we'll be getting down and dirty with Carlos. And then on Saturday, I'm back with my quiz on my page, but we will be streaming it as well from the Canary TV. And the lovely Par has kindly donated a free day on the Africa for one of the winners. So we'll be giving away a Saturday show. We'll be giving away Africa tickets and a meal down at the Beer Harbour.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Listen, I mean, I think we've got a lot of scope here. We can do all. I think Leo's already coming up with all sorts of amazing ideas for game shows that we can do on here. So we're going to need all sorts of other prizes. If there are any other businesses out there who want to see about getting themselves on here and maybe donating a little prize to our winners, then we'll see if we can get some interaction going. We were going to be on here tonight with Jenny Heimoff from the Food Bank in Ardguinnigan. She wasn't able to make it. She took an emergency call just before we went on air. So you're stuck with us 4 idiots. But you know what? I don't think I've been in a group of good-looking men anywhere near as charming as this. This is wonderful. Yeah, we really should do this more often. And it means, of course, none of us have to buy beers for the other ones. Or if we do, we can have them sent round by Spa. Spa doing delivery, aren't they? I'll send you around a 6-pack.
Well,
use a local company.
Try and leave me out of this question sending beers.
Yeah,
I might not.
Sugar, hot fizzy drinks.
You can get a Monster delivered.
Yes. I've been drinking a lot. I've been drinking a lot of tea. Yeah, I've been drinking a lot of tea.
We discussed this the other day, didn't we, Robbie? Right, the amount of teas we're getting through now is unbelievable. If anybody is there wants to donate tea bags, I am running short on tea bags.
I've been drinking a lot of tea too.
I don't know why I get worried whenever you talk about tea bags, Leo.
We're not going down that line again.
Danger there.
What goes on the fishing trip stays on the fishing trip. We've got 2 kids. If anybody has lots of food in their house, we can kindly donate my 2 kids because they're like Hoovers at the minute. Because there's not a lot going on. It's just like, so we just basically, when we wake up in the morning, we talk about what we're going to have for breakfast. And then once breakfast is finished, we go straight on to what we're going to be having for lunch. And then obviously a big finale with the dinner, followed by maybe a nice bit of supper. So,
you got a Beer Harbour delivery today.
We got a delivery from the Beer Harbour tonight, which was absolutely fantastic.
Beer Harbour are sending all free food, are they? Is that why we keep talking about them?
You what?
Are Beer Harbour sending us all free food, are they?
Well, this is what it's all about. You got to play the game.
Food is tasty.
I got a double cheeseburger as well. No, I didn't. I got a bacon cheeseburger.
A bacon cheeseburger?
A bacon cheeseburger, yeah, with chips. And so did the wife. And then May got chicken wings and they got chicken tenders. Really nice. Delicious.
Did you use the 10% Robbie and Leo code?
We have had a complaint from Mark Lindsay. Up there on your screen.
Mark Lindsay. Hello.
Oh, sorry, Mark. Sorry, Marky.
So, you know what? The kids shouldn't be able to hear, though. This is the thing. Oh, wait a minute. I think we have someone called the Glaswegian Hypnotist online. Any of you know him?
Yeah. Yeah, it's Fraser, my mate from Scotland. I told you about it earlier.
Bring him on and get rid of us.
Okay, well, let's see. Him. I don't know how many people we can put on here. Look at him. There he is, the Glasgow Hypnotist.
It's like a model. Just like a model.
Wow.
Compared to us.
If I had your body, I'd stay in bed all day.
We're all fat, grey and old, and he's like young and fit.
And we've got one of the stage here coming in from Dublin, I think. I'm not sure where he is. He's going to tell us now in a second. Kieran Meager. I think he owes me a bit of advertising money. How you doing, Kieran?
Hi. How are you, Eddie?
Now, all of you need to be aware, we're moving stuff around in your microphone. We can hear it.
Wicklow.
I think that sorted it right. It wasn't Leo. It was either Kieran or our Glasgow hypnotist. I've turned your sound off for the moment because if you've got earphones, make sure that we're not getting loads of background noise, because what's happening is we speak, the sound comes out of the speakers, and then we get it broadcast back to us. So if you've got any headphones, guys, then we can bring you back in. But otherwise, it's just really hard to listen to for everyone else. So we'll give you a few seconds there to see if you want to join the conversation. If you've got headphones, get them on. So
you got 30 seconds before your computer explodes.
Yeah. This is turning into quite a little party. We don't need Zoom at all. It's a tea party. Tea party, anyone? So our hypnotist has disappeared off to get his headphones. Hopefully he'll be back in a minute. And Kieran, I'm just going to lose you for a second until I see you've got some headphones on. Otherwise, we're going to scare people away from us. So we've got a good 50 people watching. I'm wondering, you guys, obviously you've been keeping up to date with what's going on. You're trying to avoid the news. You're doing loads of stuff to keep yourself sane. Have you had any questions? Is there anything that just you don't know the answer to that's been going on that you think that somebody needs to answer? Let's see if we can find out an answer for you. Anything
I've got one question. Why are the people in England allowed to go out and exercise, which I just think is absolutely point. I know you've got to get out and do a bit of exercise, but for us, when we're living over here, we're literally not allowed to leave the house unless it's necessary. So they're never going to be able to police it. If you can just say you're out for a run and it's all right. So now everybody's just going to the park and they're all running around each other. Just makes no sense whatsoever.
Maybe our man in Glasgow can tell us. Do you prefer to be called the Glasgow Hypnotist, or do you have another name?
So my name's Fraser, but my stage name's the Glasgow Hypnotist. So just whatever you guys suits you.
Are you in Glasgow now? Yeah.
Say that again.
Are you in Glasgow now?
Yeah. I'm in Scotland, in Glasgow just now.
So what's been happening up there? I mean, give us a little bit of an insight of what you've been seeing. I used to live up that way, Pollokshaws Road I was on.
I know we are.
I used to judge the pubs by the price of the 4-course meal you get in the pubs on a Sunday. £3.50 for a 7-course meal. Is that okay? Yeah. What's been happening in Glasgow?
Yeah, so going back to the question, kind of over the last 2 days, we've just been put in full lockdown. So apart from essential key workers, nobody's allowed out. You are allowed out for exercise once a day, but again, you need to keep a 2-meter distance from anybody at any time. I don't see really how they can police that, but people seem to be listening. The streets seem to be empty. So apart from the likes of food stores and chemists and hospitals and people who are looking after key workers' children, everybody else just riding it out like everyone else.
It's been a really interesting exercise in people control, hasn't it? Has anyone else noticed that? How quickly we've all conformed?
Yeah.
Is it because we're really sensible, or what is it, do you think?
I think there's just more of a community spirit, just globally. Going over the last couple of days. I know when this all started, I was kind of one of the people that was like, oh, here we go. But literally over the last kind of week or two, I've really took it seriously. And I think everybody else has as well. And everybody seems to be listening.
It's true. And how about you guys? I mean, obviously no one's ever seen anything quite like this before. How about you, Potter? I mean, how do you think it's been so easy for them to get us to do what they want us to do? You got any thoughts on that?
Have you seen the videos on Facebook? What's happening in Gran Canaria? You go out and the police beats the crap out of you. I think that's
police beating video.
I'll send you that later on.
Okay. Well, first time I've heard of that.
No, I think there's a very different kind of respect for the police and the military here in Spain than in the UK. I lived in Scotland for a while in Kilmarnock. I used to have to step over the junkies to get into a shopping centre, and there was nothing going on over there. Coppers don't even have a gun. Over here, I mean, my wife is English, and she always said to me, when you're English, you get taught that the Guardia Civil are bad people, but they're not. But at least you have respect for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is the difference.
Force, but I think everyone sort of shows a little bit more respect, basically because it's a crime simply just to disobey a police officer here. You can literally be fined and banged up for doing so. So everyone's very aware of that. We were bringing out yesterday. That, of course, the thing that people forget is that police officers, medical staff, all of these people who are telling us to do stuff, they're just doing a job, and they're just as scared, if not more scared, than us. So
respect for them,
man.
We have
respect, a lot of respect.
We have this thing going on. We have this thing going on this evening that at 8 o'clock, I think it is, everybody's to stand on the front doorstep and applaud for the NHS. I don't know if that's a thing just in the UK or whether that's global. Maybe you guys can shed some light.
Well, that's something that's been happening here in Gran Canaria as well. So it's the very first night of the lockdown. How are you doing, Kieran? You're right. Is your mic working?
Just 1 second.
There he is. He's on. Good stuff. So, we went into lockdown on the 14th of March. And ever since the first night of lockdown, all across mainland Spain, and here in Gran Canaria. People come out here in Gran Canaria, or the Canary Islands, it's 7 p.m., but mainland Spain is 8 p.m. because we're an
I do
hour.
find just sound issues. Just 1 second.
Okay, no problem at all. I'll just turn your sound off. That's that solved. And so yeah, so every night at 7 p.m. in the Canary Islands and 8 p.m. in Spain, we have a little applause on the balconies. Leo, Robbie, have you been doing it?
Oh, of course we have. Yeah, the whole.
I've been out the last 3 nights, and unfortunately, in the complex time, no one's going out. It's just me at the moment. So I look like a weirdo that goes there every day for 1 minute and claps.
What he didn't mention was he was doing it in his pants.
Yeah. He don't wear no pants.
So much and then so little in his pants.
There is so little. It's been worn down over the years.
We've been joined by Kieran Meager. Is that the right pronunciation there, Kieran? Not sure. Can you hear me, Kieran?
I can. I can.
Oh yeah, where are you joining us from?
I'm just trying to change something here. Sorry, I'm just having a bit of a sound issue, slight technical issue.
I'll leave you to it for a second. I'll come back to you. So you wouldn't know it, but Kieran's actually a computer genius. So I mean, literally, I mean, a real. Everything's quite perfect, whereas we're a bit roughshod and ready. Yeah.
I'm a Spanish teacher.
Actually, kind of the point of this whole thing that we're doing right now.
I'm a supermodel.
What have I missed?
Nothing. Carry on, boss.
We're looking somewhere else. We do the hour 7 p.m. applause and try to get everyone to join in. Why? Because it's a bit of a ritual. That Nikki Gordon was on last night. She's a personal historian translator, and she was saying, where she is, there's nobody about at all. Her population are quite aged, and so she's just a mad woman who goes out on her own clapping. But of course, what we remembered was there's 47 million other Spaniards doing the same thing. I'm afraid we've lost Kieran there, so you're not alone. No one who's watching this is alone. None of us are alone, as you can quite clearly see. We're doing all right. So Fraser, you see, it's got serious for you guys now. We're now on what is it, guys? Day 12 of lockdown.
Yeah, day 12. Trust me, I know that. Day 12. I even painted the piping from the sink.
For everyone sat here, a couple of you might know the answer because I think I've done this once before. Do any of you know why quarantine is called quarantine?
I do now.
Eduardo, why is quarantine called quarantine?
Anyone? No. If any of our guests know. So quarantine comes from the Middle Ages. In Italy, some of the city-states in northern Italy realized that if they locked the gates of their town or village and didn't let anyone out or no strangers in for 40 days, it was actually originally 30 days and 30 nights. It was called a quarantine. Then they would not get plague. In plague season, it would all pass them by. I don't know what the hell's going on here. There's something else happening. Why are they all cracking up?
Go on. You said something about Italy.
Quarantine, 40 days and 40 nights. I'm going to leave you guys on your own for a minute.
It's quite funny. It's like Eduardo's
I can't believe I can't
and we're the people.
Get out of it.
I don't even know why I'm laughing. Eduardo, come back.
Come back, Eddie.
We want to be good.
I promise to be good.
Eddie, I've got one question.
Yeah.
Can I ask you something?
What's that?
It's really, really serious.
Uh-oh.
We're on live streaming, and I need to go to the toilet. What do I do?
You got to put your hand on
You bring us with you.
Serious?
We're going to go on a tour of your house, Potter.
Well, this is the West Wing.
All right.
So we'll wait for you, mate. Look, there we go. We're going on a little trip with Potter to the toilet. Brilliant.
So
remember I said I was working on the boat. You want to see it?
Yeah, show us it, mate. Show us your boat.
What?
Look at that. Toilet's not so urgent now.
You know, the toilet is next to the boat.
That's what I always say when people come around to my house.
Absolutely.
So has he cut us off? Did we
let's get this full screen. We're going to pull you guys out for a moment. Stay where you are. Let's see what's going on here with Potter and his boat.
Okay, so you got the seats almost done. Well, they're done. You got the electricity done. I took the engine apart. I need to put it back in now. There's no engine in it. It's just the thing. And here is the flooring for the seat that arrived just on time. Oh shit! It's going to fall over.
All right. Yeah. Well, I know you're bursting to go to the toilet, so we'll bring you back in a second. Just keep the phone on, but I'll take you out of the stream. So don't worry, we're not watching. So my name's Eddie Timon. I'm coming to you live from Gran Canaria on Gran Canaria Lockdown. This is our little conversation before the 7 p.m. applause for our health workers that we do every night. Robbie's showing off his sporting accessory of the season, a mini skateboard. And we've got Mr. Kieran, is it pronounced Meager?
Mar.
Excuse me. It's one of those funny Irish pronunciations that those of us who are educated in other ways never quite get right. So we're not really educated at all.
And I'll tell you something here, Eddie. I remember having this exact same conversation with you over a cup of coffee in outside Dirty Nelly's in Puerto Rico.
Absolutely, it was Dirty.
I was doing some advertising with yourself. Anyway, I travel over and back twice a year. I have a web development business in Ireland, but I have a lot of
tonight.
Gran Canaria. Pardon?
Where are you joining us from tonight? From
Wicklow in Ireland.
From Wicklow. Very
yeah,
good.
But I have a lot of clients in Gran Canaria, so I'm over twice a year on business. I was meant to be flying over today, believe it or not.
Uh-huh.
But I've had to postpone that until the end of September. So hopefully that will happen. I suppose looking at everything from a global perspective, you know, the one thing is we all have to start working together, you know, globally on this. This is uncharted territory. It's a very, very different thing to anything the world has ever seen in our lifetime anyway. Obviously, tourism, I really feel for every business person in the Canaries and in Spain and in every other holiday destination, but especially Canaries.
75 countries around the world now, isn't it? I think it must be approaching something like 500,000 people infected.
I think it's just gone over 500,000. But
any of you know off the top of your head right now how many people have already recovered?
I can't hear any questions. Can anybody hear the questions?
71,000 in China.
So Leo can hear me, but you can't. Is that right, Fraser?
And I can't hear Leo. That'll be good. Eh?
Going on.
Can anybody hear me?
I can hear everybody.
Oh,
yeah, I can hear everybody, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So 114,500 recovered.
Kieran's just used his diddly D's there to get a solid answer.
Is it just me and you? Are we on a separate channel?
Yeah.
No, we're not.
Yeah, I think so. We're special.
I like. Oh, Leo's in the scene, in the mix.
I'm just going to pull a bit of confusion out of this and see if can we all hear each other, guys.
Yes.
I can hear you, Eduardo. I can hear Potter. I can hear you, Potter.
Shit, I can hear Leo. Leo, welcome.
Yay! Welcome to the party.
All right. So I wonder if there's a problem when we go to too many people. There we go. So we'll see if it all works again now.
Can you see me?
We can see you, yeah.
Fraser, can you hear me?
I can still hear you,
Potter,
Leo.
can you hear me?
You make my day. You make my day. I can hear you. I can hear you.
I can hear everybody.
I want to be in Potter's house. No way. In the background. I want to be in Potter's house. Wendy keeps giving me the food
can you
and
hear
drink.
me?
Yeah,
it's
Fraser.
See Wendy.
Yeah, I keep seeing Wendy. Hi, Wendy.
Can anybody hear me?
Hello, Wendy.
She's like the hostess for the motess.
So the only reason I mention numbers have recovered is because I think
we
we're
live
all
right now? No.
taking up a lot of the wrong stuff. And it's important to remember that Hubei province, 81,000 people infected, more than 60,000 already recovered, right? So this is all going to get better. But right now we're entering a time where it's going to have a lot of people getting sick quite quickly. What are the numbers like in Scotland at the moment, Fraser?
I can't hear anybody but you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
I can hear you.
You can hear me, that's all I care.
can hear you. Look into my eyes. Look into my eyes. Don't look around it. Leo, don't do that.
There's two hypnotists on the same channel. This could get very funky. How about you, Kieran? In Ireland there, what are the numbers looking like?
1,500, going up by about 220 to 250 per day.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to bid you a fond farewell, and I will leave the group because obviously 6 is a crowd, and some people are talking and can't hear each other. So, lads, it's been emotional. Eddie, thanks for having me.
When are we going to see you next?
I will see you tomorrow. I'm doing my quiz. No, I'm not. I'm going to be live tomorrow, 7 o'clock with Carlos Sachs with a show of entertainment. So, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your evening.
Thank you very much.
Robbie.
Goodbye, everybody.
See you, Robbie.
I will be out for a clap in 10 minutes.
Lovely to see you, Robbie. Thank you very much.
Eddie, the same, mate. I'm going.
Are we losing Potter as well, are we? Okay.
Yeah, mate, I'm going to make myself.
I cut him off.
Okay.
All right.
I suppose just one thing worth mentioning.
Leo, can you hear me?
Can everybody hear me?
Yes, Fraser.
I can't hear you.
How about now, Fraser?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
And now
I
I'm
can hear
talking.
you.
Can you hear me, Fraser?
Can't hear us. So let's just leave it to us 3 for the moment. We're the only ones not having sound problems. There we go.
Okay.
What were you
I
saying?
suppose. I suppose one of the things in relation to how long is this going to last, which is the big unknown factor, is obviously each country is going to raise its restrictions on, shops reopening, businesses reopening, travel internally, and then air travel at different times. And, until such a time comes whereby, let's say, for example, Norway, I'm just picking a country out of a hat here. Let's say, for example, Norway recovers quicker than Britain or Ireland or Germany or Italy. You could see travel possibly turning back down to the Canaries from Norway, but I can't see it all happening at the same time because just within Europe anyway, every country seems to be at a different level at the moment based on the statistics that we're reading. But the statistics, once again, they're all flawed in the sense that we're looking at it's all based on the number of tests that are being carried out. So in each jurisdiction, it's way short than the actual numbers. But I think if you look at those figures across the board, it's the same everywhere. If you look at the USA, only 1 in 1,000 people are getting tested, despite what Mr. Trump is claiming otherwise. But
say that name or repeat his words on this. We can help.
Okay. But I suppose when you look at those figures across the board, it is all down to the number of people being tested at any one time on any given day, based on resources, based on test kits. So, the information is only as good as we have to hand. And every day when I wake up, the first thing I do is try and see, has Italy or Spain or any of the countries where they've got very, very high numbers, are those numbers beginning to flatline? Because that's what we need to do. That's what we've been told. We have to flatline these numbers. And without doing that, this could go on for a long, long time.
Well, I think part of the issue as well is that none of us are really sure whether or not we might have had it already.
Exactly.
Hi there, Fraser. Can you hear us now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hi, welcome back to Glasgow Hypnotist.
Thank you.
We've had people saying hello there. We've had Kerry Purcell saying, "Hey, Leo," wiggling one of her eyebrows. That was interesting. And Taz there. Good evening, Taz. How are you doing? So you're joining us live from Gran Canaria. We're just about wrapping up now. We're here with Kieran Maher. Is that right?
That's it. That's correct.
I pronounced it right. And the Glasgow Hypnotist. My name's Edward Timon and Leo Baradine, the hypnotic exotic performer par excellence. And we're just getting ourselves ready to go out on our balconies or to our windows to just do our little daily ritual of a bit of applause for the people who are on the front line, all the health workers, and so you say that happens in the UK at 8 o'clock. Is that right, Fraser?
Yeah, 8 p.m. UK time. I'll be out there standing outside my front door, clapping for the NHS workers.
Right.
Is there many people doing it? Sorry, is there many people out there doing it when you go on your front doorstep?
Say that again. Sorry.
Is there many people joining in?
This is actually my first day of isolation, so it's my first evening in. So I'll find out.
Perfect. Well, send us a little video if there's any others out there doing it, and if there aren't, we'll try and encourage them to join you tomorrow. Kieran, any how is the health service in Ireland doing at the moment? Is it coping for the moment?
It's struggling. It's struggling. We haven't got to the worst case. We're still on the ever evolving upward slope. But this evening at 8 o'clock, for the first time, everybody's been asked to go outside and applaud the HSE, which is the Irish equivalent of the NHS, for all their work.
What time does that happen?
8 p.m.
8 p.m. as well. So UK and Ireland at 8 p.m. are applauding their health services. We do it an hour earlier. Strange in the Kira, we usually do everything a bit later. 7 p.m., 8 p.m. in mainland Spain. And we're on now. What day is it? Day 13. We're about to enter. Tomorrow is day 13 of lockdown. Is that right?
I don't even know what day it is today because I'm not leaving the house to do anything. I don't have to be at work. I've got no gigs, nothing going on. I actually don't know what day it is today.
It's a bit like that gap
Thursday.
between Christmas and the New Year, where we just don't have a clue what day of the week it is.
That's right.
Every day's Groundhog Day. I get up, I watch British TV and chill and eat food. That's all I do.
But listen, guys, we have no excuses left. We were so busy before now, and now you've got no excuses. You've got to find what it is you want to be doing and do that. Become brilliant. I expect you all to be ripped and muscled by the end of this, with great singing voices and multiple languages.
For sure.
Oh,
Before
definitely the end of this.
Before my hypnotist days, I was a personal trainer, but that's soon declined.
You want to get back into it because it's going to make you a lot of money after this lockdown. Everybody's going to come out fat. I'm sorry to say that word, but that is what's going to happen.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, and at the end of the day, you guys work with hypnotism. So what you're really working with is accessing channels in the brain, right, and ways of thinking of stuff. And this is going to be a really serious thing moving forward because, of course, mental health can suffer when people are isolated, and we're asking some of the most isolated already in society to also self-isolate. So this is something we all have to be a little bit kinder and more loving to each other, even when people are annoying us, like people checking our papers and whatever else. So we're just coming up now to the 7 o'clock mark. I want to thank everyone who joined us. I want to thank Robbie McMillan and Potter from the Africat 69 who left us a little bit early. We're going to have Nikki Gordon on tomorrow evening, I think from around 6 or 7. I'm not 100% sure. We'll advertise it. Don't you worry. Kieran Maher coming in from Wicklow in Ireland. Is that right?
That's correct.
From Glasgow. Leo from Puerto Rico de Gran Canaria with his beautiful fireside chat.
Keeping me warm.
The only man in Puerto Rico de Gran Canaria with a fireplace. Who knew? You've got a big rug on the floor there as well, have you? So we're all going to go out now here in Gran Canaria and just give a little 1 minute of applause into the wind. Yeah, call it a prayer, whatever you want to do. I want to thank you all for joining us. Thank you very much for coming on to our little experiment.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you for having me.
Sometimes.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Be safe. Bye.
Don't forget to join the workout, the Lily Richter's workout, lockdown workout tomorrow at 12 midday. And we'll try to tune in to Mr. Bob Gorman at some point as well. Just coming up to the 7 o'clock mark now. So we're going to go out and have a little applause. Thanks very much for joining us. It was lovely to see you. I will leave you with this little view out my window.